I had some really good thoughts and I thought I was recording and I apparently was not. You know, I had an experience recently with a heavy hitter that I met through a big event over a year ago. And now I've come to find out, after this person has been kind of discouraging me from being in Empower, that this person is now looking at becoming a member of Empower. And the thoughts that I'm having is, why would you discourage people from being in something and then turn around and embrace it yourself? Makes no sense to me at all. I'm not upset. I'm winded because I've been bad about not getting out on my walks. And it's feeling, I'm feeling it today. I'm not even walking fast. And I'm winded. But it's so pretty out today. I wanted to share my thoughts here, because maybe this has happened to you. You know, about a year ago, and it's a little bit past that, I guess, or whatever, but in about March, I went to a big meeting and met this lady met this heavy hitter that was very well known in the industry. And I was very flattered, actually, that this person took attention and paid attention to me. And it's kind of like the dog that that sees the big bone and he doesn't realize he's actually looking at a reflection in his mirror. And it's a glorious day outside today. You would not know that it's February, except for the fact that the trees don't have any leaves yet. But it is gorgeous. Just a tiny bit of a chill in the air. And I thought I'd do a little bit of a walk. And you know how it goes. I usually bring you along. You know, I got some thoughts I wanted to share. I just found out recently that one of the big heavy hitters is going to join Empower. And I want to tell you a little bit of my history. And maybe this is going to be something that you relate to also. Now, it's been a little bit over a year when I got into Empower, because Empower started October, I think it was 31st of 2011, and I didn't get involved until about a month later in November. And you know, at first, just like with most startup companies, regardless of what kind of compensation they have or whatever, the majority of them are going to have some growing pains and a few things that happen that they need to work on to make the system work properly. And Empower Network is no different than that. They definitely had their trials at the beginning. And so shortly after that, it was March, went to a big event that is very popular and a lot of people like. You know, and then a lot of the people go into those events and they learn a lot because they invite big leaders that have earned a lot of money to be their speakers. And this was a generic event. It was not a specific MLM company event, although those are wonderful too, of course. So I went to this event, and this particular heavy hitter took a liking to me and spent some time with me, worked with me, and of course that was very flattering. You know, I've been online a while and obviously done a lot, so not always being recognized, working on myself and working with my team, but not necessarily considered a heavy hitter myself. Maybe some do, I don't know. But getting that special attention was kind of nice, and it turned my head. Now that's where you go wrong, is where are your instincts and what's important to you? You do not want to let that sideswipe you by just getting a little bit of attention from somebody and abandoning everything that's important. Now, I didn't realize at that time that Empower was just at that place where it was going to turn it around. And although I've seen companies completely fold, they did exactly the opposite. They got stronger, they solved their problems, and it got better. But I wasn't there during that reformation period because my head got turned. And I decided to follow this other person. Now, I learned a lot. There's nothing wrong with that. And I gained some knowledge that was useful. But one thing that happened also was that this same heavy hitter decided that I was doing things she didn't like. And this person made it that I was a liar, which I try not to be. You know, nobody's perfect, but I try not to be that, because I know that it's pretty easy for you to find that out if I do. Catch me on it if I do it, and let me know. I want to know. But it kind of was like an undermining that happened, and it didn't feel good. So I kind of went back to my roots. I realized my instinct was telling me that I needed